How many of you right here, right now in life feel like you've got 140 or 160, 3,000 pounds on your back? I believe the book of Philippians chapter 3 helps to identify some answers. This is Paul writing from prison, a place where difficulties may occur, a challenge of the heart and mind. He says in verse 10, I want to know who? I want to know who? I want to know Christ and the what? And the power. I want to know Christ and the what? And the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of sharing in his sufferings, becoming like him in his death, and so somehow to attain the resurrection from the dead. You see, if nothing else matters, it's this, that Paul says, I want to know who? I want to know Christ. That is my sole purpose for being on this earth, is I want to know Christ and I want to know more. Now, church, if we were to take a survey, I wonder if we come out 100% on the same desire. Do you still want to know Christ? I praise God that at 18 years of age, I gave my life to Jesus Christ. It stinks that I didn't have him my entire life, or that I did not acknowledge him, but I praise God from 18 till now that Christ has been in my life, a part of my life, and is my life. Because I don't know, church, if I could honestly stand before you today without Christ. You see, so many of us are stuck on the nails of life that we get caught on, and we can't move forward because we did something bad, or we did something wrong, or we did something we're ashamed of, and we're stuck in life because our shirt tail's stuck on that. We need to just rip ourselves away from that. We need to take out that nail and move forward. Paul, if anyone had reason not to move forward, if anyone had reason to wake up in the morning and put the cover over their head, it would be Paul. Paul gives a whole list. A whole list. He says, I've been shipwrecked, and I've been flogged, and I've gone hungry, and I've been chased by robbers, and I've been chased by bandits, and I've been deserted on a desert island. And he says, all these things I did for Christ. So when Paul says, forgetting what is behind and straining towards what is ahead, we're not talking about a guy that, basically got a cut finger and says, I've had some difficulties. Why don't you just know that Jesus is going to be there and everything's going to be fine. This guy was hardcore. He probably faced death more times than any of us would in one lifetime. And so when Paul says straining towards what is ahead, he knows what he's talking about. Church, I don't want to belittle anything that you're facing or will face, but I want you to hear these words over and over again. Don't quit.